Bro, I'm hearing voices or some shit. Like, I'm hearing whispering. And that's the shit that they say that you hear when you're fucking bipolar. I don't hear it now. And like, no, I'm not like, I mean, I might be a little hypomanic, but I'm fine. Like, I'm perfectly fine. So that's why I'm like, I think it's somebody on the balcony. Like on our balconies, like, people can talk. I don't see anybody, / all that noise because my dryer is kind of broken. I don't hear anything now. Everything's fine. But maybe it was just over. I don't know what it was, but I was sitting there and I was like, bitch, we have way too much to do today. Oh, so I do hear the little whispers in here. I think it's my shower. Okay, good, bitch. Because I'm like, today's not the day to hear no voices. I cannot do it. I was definitely fucking hearing voices. Definitely hearing voices. I said that really loudly. And I know it's serious. I know it's 100% serious. And like, what the fuck? Because I was like, what the fuck? But no, it was more so, I don't think I've ever heard voices before, to be honest with you. And my doctor definitely wrote that down in my like her little notes. And submitted them to my psychiatrist, like when I was first diagnosed bipolar, definitely said I was hearing voices. But I specifically told the bitch, I specifically told her, I was like, I don't really know if these are voices because it's just like, it's my own voice. Like, it's still my voice, you know? Not anyone else's voice. It's my voice. It just gets really loud time to time and I have to respond to myself and all that jazz. Turns out that I was describing what intrusive thoughts are, you know? Here comes my dog. He hears some fucking rustling. As I was hearing, were definitely not my voices. Like, my voice. Essentially, I sound, this every time I say this, you don't sound any less crazier. Not crazy, totally not crazy. But I told my doctor, like in 2018, I was like, I don't know if this is hearing voices, but sometimes I hear like my own voice, like my own internal monologue, and it's much, much louder. And it's like, much, much louder. Like, it's so fucking loud that I have to respond to it. Like, or stop telling me that this person hates me, or stop telling me these things. And it would just get so fucking loud. That actually is my trauma, and it's my internal monologue, and it's my inner child. Technically, it's my inner child. It's what I think of it. And it doesn't happen as much anymore, really, at all. If it does happen, it's not like it used to. The point is that, bitch, yesterday, briefly today, that is not what was happening. And do I seem level-headed? Do I seem like manic to you? Do I seem level-headed to y'all? Do I seem manic? Not at all, right? I'm chill, I'm vibing. Okay, yeah, I was a little elevated. I felt I've been a little bit elevated since last Thursday. It's now Tuesday. But the point being is that, like, I'm fine. Like, I've been way more out of sorts than this. And I was just in my, like, bathroom yesterday, and all of a sudden I was like, bitch, who's talking? That sounds crazy. And I swear to you, I did not think anything of like psychosis or anything of myself. Can psychosis go away in a day? Anyway, yesterday I had a lot going on. I was super stressed. And I just started hearing things. And it was like it was so subtle. So subtle. It wasn't like I could hear someone saying like, go to the bathroom and do this. It's not like the fucking voice in Harry Potter or Voldemort's voice. It's not like, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that voice. It was, you know how you can hear, if you live in an apartment or if you're like in a building, you can sometimes hear people from upstairs. If someone's on their patio, you can kind of hear those people. It sounded like that. And it sounded like that, but it sounded like it was closer because they were like, oh, like I hear, but they weren't close at all because it was super. You can barely hear anything like that, right? But the weird thing was, and the reason why I concluded, I was like, but you're hearing voices, was because, number one, that shit has never happened in this apartment. I don't care. Like, I've heard other people, but I don't hear people's voices. I can hear their footsteps. I can hear their footsteps sometimes. I can hear people out in the hallway, but it don't sound like that. It don't sound like that. Pause. But because I just heard my neighbor open their back porch or their balcony and it's glass, you can kind of hear the door close because it's glass. It makes a little reflect. You know it's a glass door closing. You can hear the sound. I can't see them though. That's the point. Like I can't see my neighbor, but I heard the door. I hear that often. I know that's a sound. I can confirm it. because I can just confirm it. I don't know. It's not like my body, I feel like I was hearing those whispers was like, bitch, there's no, like, those aren't real. My body was physically, I feel like my body did not feel like those were people. And I'm not really sure how that'd be possible. Like if they weren't, like I knew that I definitely know one was in my apartment and they didn't sound like they were coming from in my apartment. They sounded like they were coming from the walls, but yet they were right here. I know that makes no sense at all. But it was something about them where it was like, at first in the back of my mind, that's exactly what I thought. And then I was like, no. So I'll start thinking of different conclusions, but always in the back of my mind, and kind of just at the end of it, I was like, yeah, you're definitely, that's not, yeah. But that out there did not feel the same way. It was like, definitely like that's a person. Anyway, that tangent was probably superfluous, but, so I don't really know what that's a sign of. Obviously, I'm gonna tell somebody someday, and by somebody someday, I mean I'm gonna tell my doctor someday. I don't really feel like telling them right now because I don't want to take an antipsychotic and be locked up when I'm perfectly fine. Hopefully, that was my fear last night. Or like yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, I have so much shit going on today. I have a friend coming over. I'm supposed to be doing this later. I'm supposed to be going on a date. Please don't get worse. I was like, please don't get worse, because it got to a point where like it was happening. Ugh, I'm not taking a shit. I'm just chilling because I walked back from CVS getting the candy and now I'm tired. And I'm not going in circles of this story, but is it weird that part of me wanted to see what this would feel like or experience it so that I would know in the future? And when it was happening, it wasn't scary that it was happening. I have several mental illnesses. There's been a shit ton of things going on in my life that have been scary. That wasn't scary. What was scary about it was that I couldn't control it. Not that I thought you could control it. It just like happened out of nowhere. It was, why is this happening? I can understand if it was happening after something that was just, I was stressed yesterday, but not any more so than any other day. That's what was scary. I was literally just in the bathroom, I think, brushing my teeth, doing something that did not matter. It was so like a normal day. And then all of a sudden, very fucking subtle whispers. The other part that was scary was that like, I was like, okay, let's say that I am hearing voices. If I'm hearing voices, are they gonna get louder? Because like that would suck. Because it would suck if they had continued just being how they were. Because I'd be like, who's talking? That would suck too. The whole thing wouldn't have been great for me. But for a split second there, I was like, oh shit, I'm hearing voices, y'all. This is kind of cool. Like, let me analyze this and try to figure it out. And then when they didn't go away for, I don't really know how long it was. I think maybe it was within 30 minutes. I think maybe I heard them within 30 minutes. Not consistently, but intermittently. Let's just say an hour intermittently. Because I feel like they didn't last very long themselves. And I couldn't understand what they were saying. I could not understand what these people were saying. But I could also distinctly hear that they were different voices, which was weird because it was always paired with, like, someone was always talking to somebody. It sounded like a conversation, which is why I thought someone was on the balcony maybe. Like, even on the balcony, why would they be whispering like that? I also thought it was my washer and dryer because they're kind of fucked up. I thought it was like the house. I thought it was like anything else but myself at first, y'all. Until I realized I've been living here since June and it's never happened to me before. I've heard things and I've thought I've heard people and I've thought I've heard things before. But it turns out it was nobody. It was nothing. It was the air conditioning. Like, I have confirmed those things because I've been like, oh, that was that. Yesterday, though, I could not confirm it was not these things because I'm like, bitch, these have, like, I can hear it's a man and a woman. And this is, like, also the part that kind of scares me to talk more about because the part that scares me about in terms of getting help and all that stuff was that, number one, yes, I was elevated since Thursday. Quite elevated. And everyone could tell. Everyone was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, I mean, not what's wrong with you. It was just, I had a lot of energy. Number two, I'm in a breath. It's like an old man having to keep on hunching over and sit down. What was number two? Number two is that part that I'm leaving out was that everything, I couldn't see, y'all. Like, this was happening maybe an hour. I can't remember if it happened the day before this, but it definitely was happening the hours leading up to me hearing shit. I couldn't see things, like, or things.